down the trailer as we were driving, and she's on Wi-Fi like this. All I had a date. And I had to visit LA. So, anyway, so then Baltar was about my third series that I went out for, and I read the script, loved it. 2001, so I was 21 years old, and they wanted a 35-year-old for the role. And so I went in, and these women that I recognized from TV and from film were auditioning. These are women that were more than 10 years older than me. I was kind of shocked that I really thought this was my role. So
can you drop names?
Can I drop names?
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Oh, you don't remember?
I don't remember. All I know is Grace Park was at every audition. I just Starbuck.
Because there's like a million of them.
I was like, I know.
And they're all naked.
How we cut viewers. We're going to need to get Trishes and Grace naked. And so I just kept going back and kept going back. And then I kept going back and kept going back. And then David Ice's wife finally told him to cast me. But it was about 5 auditions. It was a long process. And it was truly the biggest break that I'd had. I mean, it was, you know, I'd been working steadily, but it was the one that I guess did this. So, and then I guess, I don't know.
Thank you, Nick.
I'm so glad no one's here for my thing.
That worrying you? That's really cool. You just give me the finger. You're like, I'm up here. What? Alright, you win. Yeah, ask your question.
I'm curious how you feel about your character's relationship with Apollo and the direction it's been taken, particularly in the series as a whole, but particularly in this season.
Easy. There's still one more episode.
What's interesting is that
That really is interesting.
well, no, I was going to get into my own drama, but the writers had a Starbuck and Apollo relationship that was going somewhere. One of my dearest friends in the world, Micheal, was in a very serious accident. And it was a really, really scary time for not only him and his fiancée and his family, but for friends. We were in the middle of shooting, hence the reason he's in a bathtub, because they didn't know if he was going to be able to walk again, and they needed to wrap up the series. So it was, I realized at that moment how much he as a person meant to me, and that affected every single moment I had with him on camera. And what he and I realized was that the relationship between Kara and Anders was becoming so much more strong and bonded because of how our friendship changed because of what he had gone through. And that's why they're ending up together. It was a choice that I couldn't help but make as a person because I love him so dearly, and seeing him in a bed with that thing on his head killed me. And so that's where I went, you know, had it not happened, she might have ended up with Apollo. I don't know. So.
What you feel like that? It's going nowhere. There goes smarty pants.
They do make out one more time though, so.
What is she here?
I think I got kissed by Eddie too, so that's
Speaking of it, this sort of calls back to the, I'm sorry, I'm interrupting your question, I apologize. No, thank you. Eddie almost was mentioned by Mark Verheiden in the last Q&A, and Mark Verheiden told a story about how Eddie, for the entirety of the series, has been lobbying for a chance to do a scene on the toilet. The last episode that Eddie directs, you're like, hey! Was the scene written like Starbucks is in the bathroom, like brushing her teeth or something? It was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? You just sit over here. Even like that.
pretty much what happened. And the scene was written that Kara just, you know, she's Baltar doesn't see her, and, you know, she walks over, and then all of a sudden he's like, oh, Kara, hello. And he was totally right. We were going to have you on the toilet. And so when you say the line, he's full of crap, it's really, really going to be funny.
Any moment that you had?
I've had so many funny Eddie moments. Like, yeah. I mean, like the moment where he's just so funny. The moment where he destroyed the ship, and in my mind, I'm thinking, that's on loan for $50,000.
No, the ship that, I think it's season 2 with the little toy boat that he crushes.
Yeah, with the toy boat. Yeah, the toy boat. It was on loan from, it was like a replica of some ship that was on loan from a museum, and he destroyed it. And I'm sitting there as he's doing it going, only Eddie can do that and not get fired.
I'm done predicting your question with my poop comedy. You can go now.
First of all, I just want to thank you so much for your incredible work on the show. You blow us all away, and Starbuck played by a male or female, you just made it. You're just a character on television.
You're fierce.
I like that one. You've been giving me the claw.
I'm wondering if there's any wardrobe or props that you and Micheal have not that you take away or anything.
I wish now that I could go back with loaded weapons and steal Trishes' dress. Because every cast member was allowed, the red one, every cast member was allowed to take one article of clothing that's of their choice. And Trisha's like, I want the red dress. Of course I want the red dress. And they're like, oh, we don't know where it is. And so for months and months and months, they're like, oh, the auction house has it. No, the studio has it. No, it's still on set. No, it's over here, it's over there. And Trisha goes, no, it's in the safe on set. I know where it is. Can I go have it, please? But it didn't let her have the dress.
Aww.
So sad for her, knowing that I stole my flight suit and threw it in a cooler on my way out the door.
That's awesome.
So I just took it off and put it in a cooler, and then hid it in my trailer. And so then when they called me and asked me what I wanted, because they're like, so every cast member gets an article of clothing, you didn't take yours. What do you want? Really? You're sure? And I didn't call back for a week because I was sure that they wanted the flight suit back because the auction was about right there. Like, they want their flight suit back, don't they? So I didn't call him. Finally I called him and went, I want my helmet. And they gave it to me.
That's awesome.
I'm going to turn you into a fish tank or something.
First of all, I don't give a crap what the critics say. You are the best Starbuck.
Critics agree with you, sir.
You know, Katie, you have been one of many cast members on one of the most coolest shows, talking about God, talking about